Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another day of the 25 Days of Christmas. Now, today we're going to talk about a film that is not just straight up Christmas, it's an all holiday type of film, and that is Irving Berlin's Holiday Inn. Bing Crosby, Fred Astaire. Now, this film, you know what? I've only seen it maybe like 3 times now, and I seem to pick out little things here and there more times that I've seen this film. And it's an interesting one because it definitely this comes before White Christmas. So you kind of have, you're laying the foundation because you hear, Bing Crosby sings White Christmas in the film. But basically, the premise for this film is there is a musical act. You have Bing Crosby, you have Fred Astaire, you have their characters, as well as the female part of the group. And Bing Crosby and her are engaged, but Fred Astaire, he's very charismatic, and he, comes on and he steals Bing Crosby's fiance, and she's more than willing to go along with it because Bing Crosby and her they had this plan. They're gonna get married. They're gonna go live out on a farm, get away from all the stage life, just live out the rest of their days on this farm. Well, she has grander ideas, wanting to go with Fred Astaire, and Bing Crosby is kind of like left out in the cold and goes to the farm and kind of like renovates the building and turns it into an inn. But what he decides to do with this inn is it's only going to be open only on holidays. So I think in the for this movie at the time when this movie happened, there was 15 holidays celebrated here in the states. So 15 days out of the year, the inn will be open. Restaurant have musical acts going on, and that's his idea. The rest of the time, just kind of lay low and take it easy and live, the quiet life on the farm. But of course, things don't always go the way that Bing Crosby plans it. You kind of feel bad for the guy because he's engaged and he gets, Fred Astaire just smooths on in, smooths his way into, taking his fiancee away from him. But as the film goes on, we meet this another female lead that is in the film, and I want to see if they have her name on the back because she's really, really good. Marjorie Reynolds. Now she is our main female lead, and she comes in and she's working with Bing Crosby at the inn. And of course, wouldn't you know it, Fred Astaire gets left at the altar by the woman who left Bing Crosby to be with him. She left him now, and he comes on in, and of course now he's in between once again, trying to steal the new girl in Bing Crosby's life. And Bing Crosby, he comes up with all these little different tricks here and there, trying to keep Fred Astaire away from her. And of course, we have a big culmination that happens at the end with White Christmas being sung, and it's a really good film, guys. It really is. Do I think it's as good as White Christmas? No, I don't think it's as good as White Christmas, but it definitely lays the foundation for what would come with White Christmas. And you're almost taking out the Fred Astaire character and putting Danny Kaye in there. Of course, completely different contrasting characters, but I like it, like the back and forth. These two going at it, trying to win the hand of Marjorie Reynolds in the movie. And the inn that they're in when they're filming this, guys, it looks beautiful. It's exactly what you would expect. And it takes place in Connecticut, which makes it even look even nicer and stuff with all the snow coming down. But Holiday Inn is definitely one that's worth checking out, guys. Like I said, seeing all the when they're going through the calendar throughout the year, they go throughout the entire calendar with all the different holidays and have musical numbers that go along with all the different holidays. And it's interesting. It's something you don't see anymore. I don't think I've ever seen a musical playing off of every single different kind of holiday that we have here in the states, and it just makes for an interesting type of film. Of course, but and at the end we do have a big Christmas culmination. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth checking out, guys. So like, subscribe, and comment if you get the chance, and I'll catch you in another episode. Take care.